Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I just finished up my lunch and I got myself my frappe right here. So, I got plenty of energy to do a bunch of stuff. So, I looked at Chantal's channel. She did a live just like an hour ago. I'm not reacting to that garbage. I refuse. There's nothing to talk about. What is there to talk about, though? Well, the wonderful, talented, the exciting Sunburst Tarot did a tarot reading on Foodie Beauty, but in a different way. Not directly on Foodie, on people close to Foodie, Natter and Dee Dee. So why are they coming up in conversation? Well, because they never left the conversation, did they? No. Chantal brings up Nads every chance she gets, and he brings her up every chance he gets. Even though they allegedly hate each other, they just won't stop talking about one another. And it's been 3 years. You would think two people who absolutely hate each other would at some point shut up, but they haven't shut up. And I've been doing tarot readings on Foodie. I've done tarot readings on Nads and Dee Dee. And I keep picking up the energy that, yeah, the conversation is far from over. As a matter of fact, Chantal and Nads still talk to each other. They still very much have contact. And if she ever comes back to Canada, I'm sure that's one of the first phone calls that she's placing. Chantal denies that. She says, I would never go back to him. I would never talk to him again, but yet you won't stop talking about him, Foodie. You won't stop talking about him. And this was supposed to be the man that allegedly hurt you. So if he hurt you so bad, why are you thinking about him? I have questions. So Sunburst Tarot did her reading on Nads and Dee Dee and Foodie, and there was a lot of information to be had. And I wanted to sit down and react to the reading with y'all and give my thoughts. And I hope that you enjoyed this tarot react. And if you have, please like and subscribe. And also, while you're at it, check out down below in the description. You'll find the original link for the original video in the description, which leads back to Sunburst Tarot's channel. You can check out all of her wonderful content and give her a like, give her a sub, leave a comment over there. Let her know that you appreciate her doing these readings on Foodie, Natter, Dee Dee, and all of the wonderful cast of characters in Girl World. And I hope that you do enjoy both my channel and hers. So without further ado, let me just go ahead and bring up the reading. And again, I hope you guys thoroughly enjoy it. Let me just blow up the screen. And here we go.
We're going to be talking about a Mr. Koki, Green Peen and Lachine, however you want to call him. I like to call them the Green Peen and Lachine. We don't like to use full names over here. We got to use code, apparently. But I want to take a look into what's going on in his energy at the current moment. As well, some people just can't keep their names out of their mouths, and curious minds and wandering minds want to know. I also want to take a little bit looking into his partner, Mr. DD, Ms. DD, sorry, and kind of see what's kind of going on there. But first things first, quick reminder, remember everything that I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinion, psychic downloads, and the such. So, if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I want to take a look at what's kind of going on with him generally,
Mm-hmm.
right now. So, let's just take a look. Okay, so we have him trying to break free of the chains that bind him to certain negative influences. So this could be like, I'm trying to not take in so many illegal substances. This could be him being like, I don't want to be attached to certain toxic individuals, toxic chains that bind me.
Yeah,
This
you know what? If Nads ever wanted to completely break free of Foodie, it would be so easy. Instead of depending on her money, and being under her influence because of her money just to make his own money. I mean, wouldn't it be just that easy? I mean, that's half the battle won. If he's depending on her money, if she's bankrolling him, if she's paying his bills, paying his rent, paying for his everything, how do you break free of somebody who's doing all that for you? Do it for yourself.
This could be Dee Dee, the Empress upright. Um, but typically, this is just a feminine figure, someone who is kind of like, I am the promised land of the milk and honey. So, what I would get here is I am trying to detach myself from this I'm from the land of milk and honey type of person. This is also someone who could be like they have a cornucopia of food. They offer lots of wines and the such.
That feels more like Chantal. A cornucopia of plenty. That sounds like Chantal, or it used to be. Her plenty has been dwindling a lot, hasn't it? But it's her fault. It's not as if she can't make money. It's not as if she can't do well for herself. She's just drifted into a place where she's not really trying. And if you don't work hard, you're not going to get the rewards of working hard.
It's like I don't want to be attached to you no more.
And isn't it, you know what? I'm noticing something with these two cards. You have the Empress upright, you've got the Devil reversed. One's facing one way, one's facing the other way. To me, that feels like you and Natter, Chantal, you're not in alignment. You are not in alignment anymore. You used to be in alignment because you had different goals, like, and you thought he was the way to getting what you want, and he thought you were the way to getting what he wanted. But maybe things have shifted around. Maybe he's starting to think, I really can't depend on her forever. She's not dependable. She's not stable. I really need to look out for myself. And maybe that's part of the breaking free process. And isn't it something that the other man in your life, Salah, he's kind of going through the same thing right now, isn't he? Like once upon a time, you had him more under your control, but he's broken free of your control. And that's why you're out of control, because you're picking up that the two men that you have around you that you work so hard to get control of, they both are breaking free of you, and they are thinking to themselves, I really don't need her anymore. I can do for myself, and she won't have the control over me.
Because from financial influence here, material sense, financial influence here. However, I don't want to change. I don't want things. I am resisting change. This is
Mm,
also giving me the sense of I'm holding something. Like it's like you don't hold anything over my head anymore.
ooh.
Hmm. You don't hold anything over my head anymore. Hmm. Hopes and fears, though. I am trapped like a rat. I have to play a character in your game. So there looks like someone who's like, I don't want to be around this person. How like I want to try and escape this Empress type of individual. I have all the money. I have all the resources. I have all these things that I can give you. Because someone is refusing to change how they're making money, refuse to because it feels like in his energy it's very much like, I don't want to change how I'm making money, I don't want to change what we're doing. However, it looks like he's gonna have to be a pawn or a puppet in someone else's game. So he might be getting forced to go on stage in some way. Don't know what that's all about. However, the unseen obstacles here,
Ooh.
uh does he have like a different like legal issues kind of coming down the pipe for him, especially with the justice? Because like you make bad choices, you play dumb games, you win dumb prizes. But it's like karma's coming for him. Legal issues. I don't know if there's another legal issue coming for him. I think he just had his case with the Crown and May, uh, then where he was found not guilty. But it looks like there might be something else coming down the pipeline for him. Don't know what that might be. because the opposing energy to this, he is trying to separate from someone. He is trying to separate from a very toxic connection. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be near this person. And he's, because what's going for him is the star. It's like, I can expose things. He's ready to talk about certain things. I don't know what this is all about, but it's like he's getting ready to come back to a public stage in some way, talk about certain things, be a star, release information. He's like, I've got the wells of knowledge, the bottles of knowledge, and I'm ready to spill them out in front of other people on a world stage. Because here in the past, the world reversed. He was kind of just repeating old cycles. He's like, what we have, what we're going to do. But then here in the future, we have the high priestess reverse. So with that, ah, this could just be, I'm not going to be telling the truth. I'm going to be lying. I'm not going to be saying everything that I want to say. But this could also be a feminine figure as well, who's like, you know what? I need you to lie for me. Uh, oh, I'm going to grab some clarifiers because
Yes, please. Yes, please. And if Chantal, the smartest thing that Nads could do around Chantal is do a data dump, a complete data dump of everything he knows and everything he's holding on to, because she's not quite as dangerous for him in Kuwait as she would be in Canada. She can only do so much in Kuwait. She's still hanging on to the old storyline. But if she comes back to Canada, she's going to be scrambling and trying to think of ways of how to revitalize her channel, how to get interest in her channel again. And she doesn't have much in the way of creative ideas. And she always remembers the success, financially speaking, that she had during Crackhead Olympics. She hasn't had success like that since then. So, of course, she's going to want to pull in old characters, old storylines, all of that stuff. And what better person to make the drama happen than Nads? But there is a caveat with that. If he's thinking he could make money off of Chantal in that way, because just as the money might come to him, so will the crazy that comes with her. She might become obsessive over him all over again. In fact, this time around, it might actually be worse, because once upon a time, true, she was lonely. She was looking for love. She was thirsty, but there wasn't as much desperation. At the time that he met her, at the time that they were talking, she wasn't in such a desperate place financially. She was doing okay then, handling things, making money, but views on her channel are dwindling, and that makes her extra, extra, extra desperate. And so she might become a big, big problem. She might approach him sweetly at first, saying, "Come on, Nads. You know you want to make money with me. We made a whole lot of money back then." But then later on, if he says no, or "I don't want to do this," she might get really nasty. She might threaten to go to the cops again and make trouble for him again. I mean, she will go that far. So the safest thing for him would be to do a data dump if he's got any pictures of her, text messages of her seeing him, talking to him the entire time that she was with Salah. He needs to dump it all.
this one, I love clarifiers. Wherever the heck they go. Everywhere we go. Oh. So we tell.
And yes, I am taking notice that the lover's card is reversed over the Empress. And there are two people there. One of them could representing Nads, and the other one is Salah. The lover's card reversed over the Empress. Shame, shame.
Tell them. Don't know why that song wants to come on today, but let's just get some clarifiers for all of these. Because again, like just in this, remember, this is just his general energy. Oh, he's got some. I want to separate from someone. I got false evidence. I'm gonna want to incriminate people. I want to separate from people.
And you just happen to put the Parasite Life Drink card over the Empress. Appropriate, appropriate.
Because of this empress who's kind of like a parasite, a life drain of some sort. What's with this? What's going on with his finances and money up here? Ooh,
Ooh.
doomed traveler. Someone around him or with him, it's like you can't travel, you can't go somewhere, you can't. It's like I don't know if someone's been like promising money and or something else. Ooh, hmm. Is someone threatening to take him to throw him into the Huskow again? Because like this is just in his general energy. Like someone's spiraling, someone is not doing well up here. Hopes and fears. It's like someone's spiraling. I got to be put on a world stage here. Someone's saying something, saying something else. Also, community cover up. Here with I want to separate from someone. Especially this is like old stuff coming back from the past that is coming back to bite him in the butt. Someone wants to put him in prison. However, what's
Ooh.
going for him? It's like there's hmm, someone's got a trap laid for him of like you do this and then we'll be all good to go. Because here in the past, I'm world weary. I'm tired. I'm uninspired. I again that world and the world card showing up here in the future though. He's like I got a new beginning. I might be lying, but I got a new beginning coming up because I've been hoarding, I've been prepping, I've been stocking my coffers, I've been stocking the pantry with information, people, places, things. Hmm. I don't know what he's got going on, but he's got some interesting. I don't. I don't know if he's planning something, but like he's trying to separate from someone. Get
Well, I know that he and Chantal have similar tactics, and not completely similar, but still similar. I mean, how are Chantal and Nads alike? Well, they're alike in a lot of ways. They're both con artists, they're both scammers, they're both liars. They have a false sense of ego. They both feel entitled to other people's money. They feel that life owes them something and somebody somewhere should just take care of them. They're not about taking care of themselves. But another way that they're similar is they like to dig up information on people. They like to find out things on people. They like to gather photos, videos, text messages, whatever it is they can get their hands on, and then they hold on to it. They put it in their back pocket. They may not reveal it right away, but they'll hold on to stuff just in case they need it for something later. So, do I think both Chantal and Nads have stuff on each other? Oh, yeah. I bet they got a whole lot of stuff on each other. So, what's stopping her and what's stopping him from revealing that info? Because, well, they just have no need to use it yet. But push comes to shove and they will use it. They absolutely will. So, knowing Chantal, knowing how she plays the game, she's someone that she'll approach you at first and love bomb you and try to sweet talk you into something or sweet talk you into giving her something. And then if you refuse, if you dig your heels in and you say no, then she gets nasty. She gets real nasty. And then that's when all that saved info comes into play. Well, you better do this, this, and this for me. You just better, or I'm going to cause a bunch of problems. I might go to the cops. I might make some phone calls. You just never know. But on the other hand, Nads, he also has the power because he's similar to Chantal. I'm sure he's got a whole lot of stuff on her, maybe text messages or videos or photos of her, perhaps in the abaya, perhaps in the hijab, evidence of her hanging out with him, maybe voice recordings. I'm not quite sure what he might have. So Could she threaten him in some way? Yeah, but he could also threaten her right back. So I'm sure each other knows what each other has, is aware on some level, and that's what's keeping each other quiet. But for how much longer that's going to last, I don't know. I guess it all depends on how mad he makes her.
Get away from toxicity. And he's got something on someone, being like, and that's kind of like in his big energy field. But this person seems like they might be fighting back with legal stuff that they know or did know about something from the past. I don't know.
I just want to add this in right here. In the past, Chantal's made some very interesting comments. Really weird, really unusual, and that's why I remembered them. One comment that she made was that, quote, she thought guys who just got out of jail were hot because them being in a prison with other men for so long that they'd be all horned up and they would have sex with anyone. She also said in reference to Nads, she said she had a fantasy of Nads going to jail and being there for him when he got out. Strange fantasy to have. I wouldn't exactly call that a fantasy, but I guess for her, that would be a fantasy. I guess she likes the idea of the guy that she likes being put away, and that way he's away from other women and only having access to her. Yeah, she said that. She also said, after the said allegations that she put on him, that she wished, quote, that she could keep the charges on him and then continue to see him. She wanted to see him, but she also wanted the charges to stick and to stay on him, just in case, I'm sure, she ever wanted to threaten him with something. Like, I'm just letting you guys know the mentality of Chantal, like how twisted she is.
Man, I would be very careful if I was him because someone's got something on you and they would go. And if you don't do what they say, maybe this Empress type of individual, they'd be like, nope, goodbye. You're going to jail because you aren't listening to me.
Yeah, and Chantal's mentality is, if I can't have you, if I can't be with you, then no one will. And if it means putting your butt in jail, that's exactly what I'll do. Because everything is a game to Chantal. Everything, her channel, girl world, her dealings with people in her real life, all games that she likes to play. And in every game, she just has to win. She has to win. So if somebody says no to her, she's going to want to win the game. And if it means putting somebody in jail and that's how she feels she must win, then she's going to do it.
Or you weren't doing it, I want to say, because you don't want to be near me. Well, then I'll make sure that I can find you
Right.
whenever I want. Okay. So I actually want to take a look into now a few more questions here when it comes to Mr. Green Peen and Lachine. And so the next big thing that I'm going to take a look in with him is I want to take a look. What is he doing for a job? How is he making money right now? Because I've looked at his YouTube. His YouTube is insane.
Yeah.
Like, does he get a payout every few weeks? Or no, does he get a payout like every 3 months? Like, does he actually get a payout? I don't see a lot of people in his chats. I don't see people super chatting him. I don't see him getting a lot of views. Like, his channel is way, 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 way down from.
And I wonder if Natter ever figured out, if he ever put it together, that he was outsmarted by Chantal. He absolutely was outsmarted by her. I mean, Chantal, she's stupid in some ways, but she's not stupid in others. She is diabolically smart in ways that she shouldn't be, in evil, evil ways. I wonder if he ever figured out that she went to him and she said to him, I have to worry about my main channel. I have to worry about the money that I make here. It's my bread and butter. So, how about I just pay you some money to go after other channels that I don't like? I want to cause problems for them. I want to cause big problems. So, you do my bidding, I'll pay you for it. You throw all kinds of privacy strikes at all kinds of channels, and we all remember he threw over 140 privacy strikes at different people. I don't think that was just him, y'all. I think Chantal was definitely behind him, whispering in his ear, telling him, do this and this and this for me, and I'll pay you. But because he did, because it was coming from his channel, what was the end result? The end result was nobody will react to him anymore. Nobody will cover him anymore. And Chantal knew what that would lead to. It would lead to less views. It would lead to less money for him. And that's exactly what she wanted. She wanted to make sure that he and his channel did not succeed without her. So she put things into play where he would be codependent on her money forever. And so it is. The Natter channel is not doing so well. And I feel that she's been bankrolling him for a long, long time. Could he be smart and go out and make his own money and pay his own way and not worry about her or her money anymore? Absolutely. Sure could. Anybody could. I mean, it's good to be independent and make your own money, but once again, Natter has that entitled mentality where he feels that everybody should take care of him, especially women. I mean, he's living with Dee Dee. That's her house, not his. So he's living with Dee Dee because she provides the place to stay. And then on the other side, he's got Chantal bankrolling him. So he's got two women essentially taking care of him. When he's a grown man, he's able bodied, and he can take care of himself. So if he wants to break the chains that bind, he's going to have to get out of that mindset of everybody else take care of me.
From what I had seen with like some clips and stuff posted to Twitter. So I'm like, well, how's he making his money right now? Because he's showing up with like $2,000 grocery hauls.
Yeah, right? That's ridiculous. Two people. You don't need that much in groceries. What in the heck? Why do you need so much?
So I'm like, how's this man making his money? How is Mr. Green Bean and Lachine, otherwise known as, we all know, but we can't say his name because people get trigger happy if we say their name. So his code name over here is Green Bean and Lachine. And so I want to take a look. What is he doing for a job right now? Like, how is he making his money? King of Pentacles, well, he's hoarding it. He's hoarding every single piece of money that he is getting in. Okay, so he's hoarding it. He's like putting it in storage. He's not giving it up. He's being very selfish. If he's sharing anything, it's not much. You would be like, I'm not gonna share. I'm gonna share like $10 out of like 100. That's when it kind of feels like for him over here. Why is this? Because I'm like, is he looking to run? Is he looking to leave? Is he looking to just drop things going on around him? Because with the King of Pentacles here, alongside the Ten of Wands, it's like I'm hoarding all my shit because I'm wanting to let go of someone or something right now.
Feels like an escape plan. It feels like he's looking at he's in sort of like survival mode in a way. Like he's living with somebody, and I feel that he's going to stay with Dee Dee until he absolutely cannot stay there anymore. He'll continue to stay there and stay there and stay there because as long as he's there, he's not paying rent, is he? He's not paying bills. You know, each month that he stays there, it's less money out of his pocket. So he's going to continue to stay with Dee Dee until either she kicks him out or they both have to leave. But in the meantime, he can stock away his money. And if something happens, he's got money to go and do something with. So he's looking out for himself.
Okay, but okay. because from a material standpoint, someone's been giving him money or he's got some business opportunities that he's been doing. With the Queen of Swords kind of showing up here, this is giving me like he's got a feminine figure that's been giving him a lot of moolah, a lot of moolah. Who's very business savvy. He's got some money. He's got short. Because this card is a Queen of Swords, so it could be someone who has strong air placement. So oh gosh, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra placements. But if you're just looking at the card itself, this could be someone who does or did have like medium to short-ish black hair at one point in time. Also, this person does show up quite androgynous, so they might not have super feminine figures, but they might also not have super masculine figures, like features, I should say.
Or the Queen of Swords could be a woman who their mannerisms perhaps are masculine sort of in nature. Like they may be a bit more aggressive, a bit more strong. Like they're not soft and nurturing. They're much more kind of aggressive. I'm not saying that all men are aggressive. It's just, kind of masculine in their approach to things. Could be somebody like that.
Uh, and the such, and that's kind of where he's been getting a lot of money from, because he because the unseen or like the hopes and fears here, it's like this person might not have a lot of money or he didn't have a lot of money. It's like I again, he's stockpiling, but this person might have been cheap or there might have been like a lack of money coming in from a like not too long ago. Ace of Pentacles reversed, hopes and fears here as or the unseen obstacle, the High Priestess reverse. Again, the High Priestess is showing up like crazy here.
I do remember a period with him where they didn't have very much. Watching his streams before he started to drift off and be more of a jerk, him and Dee Dee went through a period where they did not have much in the way of food. They were down to like nothing. And isn't it funny how they went from that to having, grocery hauls that cost hundreds of dollars? And like Sunburst Tarot said, isn't that curious that his YouTube channel, it's not doing so well. Not well at all. But so where are all these groceries coming from? And he did a haul recently of over $1,000. That's a lot of money to spend on groceries. So where did that come from? Who paid for that? I can only think of one person who would spend that much money on groceries because she would have access to that much money. And we could all bet who that is.
Is someone trying to like manifest them into their lives?
Oh.
Like because with the High Priestess here, it's give and like seeing it reversed, it's always given me the sense of like I am trying like it's magic's afoot and it's not the good type of magic. This is like
Mhm.
magic of like I'm trying to influence your will. I'm trying to force my will upon you to do what I want you to do kind of stuff. So, and it's like I don't know if there's stuff being sent out. I don't know if that's something that's there, but it's like this is kind of some nasty. It's like you can't force people to do what they don't want to do, and that's kind of seems to be what someone might be trying to do to him right now.
She's trying to influence him through money. I don't know about other means, but definitely through money. She's trying to buy his love and favor again. And I'm curious. I am absolutely curious, y'all, that if Nader were in a position where he had lots of money on his own, lots of money, enough to where he could afford his own place, if he could afford his own life, I wonder if he would keep Chantal and Dee Dee around. Like if somebody came forward or something happened where he had an abundance of money, how much time he would spend with Dee Dee, how much time he would spend with Chantal if he wouldn't drop both of them and then just disappear into the wind.
Because the negative influence is his spell work. Again, someone's doing like it feels like manifestations or something along those lines, especially with this Page of Wands upright. And why I'm seeing this when it comes to money, this could be someone maybe trying to buy him to be with them or go with him in some way. Again, I'm getting the sense here of manifestation. I'm manifesting this person into my life to be with me, and I'm trying to influence someone free will. However, what's going for him? Uh, Someone's health isn't that good. Someone's health isn't that good. Someone is kind of like on their last legs. They're this is like a someone is kind of one version of someone is going and the next one is coming, but this person in this coffin essentially is passed on. Seeing it reversed here, it's like an old someone from the old is coming back to reignite or redo things or trying to, because here in the past the three of wands, whoever was trying, again, this is like all manipulation. This is manipulation, manifestation, trying to lure someone in, but this was failed luring. You tried once before and you failed before. And here in the future, the three of cups, I'm not going to be friends with you anymore.
Bang. So maybe Chantal on her end, she's trying to manifest. And manifestation can take many different forms. It could take the form of, let me just put a plan in place and give this person lots of money. Manifestation could be handled through thought or action. I don't know what forms of manifestation Chantal's trying or doing. Uh, I know that for a long time that she tries to manifest things through thoughts. Like she puts something in her head and she's like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it. And in the past, it was successful in a lot of ways, but not so much now. Not so much now. And if she's got the thought of, I'm going to sit here and try to manifest and I'm going to put a plan in place, I'm going to give him lots of money, I am going to just start reeling him in slowly, throw out the fishing line with the hook, with the money and the food and whatever else you might be giving him. And I'm just going to reel him in slowly, just get him used to being taken care of and used to having his pantry stocked and his fridge is stocked. And he really starts getting used to that again. I might have influence over him. He might really like that and hang on to me this time. But big question, Chantal. When is the last time Nads has seen you in person? I'm sure it's been a while. And your health keeps getting worse. You are getting bigger in size. I'm sure that if he sees you in person, he's going to size you up pretty good and realize that you're going to be a whole lot of trouble. And he's also going to realize pretty quick that you are a very, very sick person. You need to be in the hospital or inpatient, and you're not. And I'm not manifesting this for you. I'm just saying someone else looking at you may look at you and realize that you may not have long on this earth. And so, thinking that thought, being in that mindset, if you're a person that you rely financially strictly on another person and you're looking at them and they are not in good health at all, anything could happen at any time, then you're going to realize mentally that relying on said person to bankroll you is not a good plan, that another plan has to be formed. Also, you got a lot of crazy inside of you. Oh, yeah, girlfriend, you are a lollipop dipped in 3 shades of crazy and sprinkled with insanity. So, is the juice going to be worth the squeeze? Is it going to be worth the aggravation? When you know that person might hold something over you and they may snap, and the more desperate they are, the more they're going to try to do. It just, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
What I'm getting here is like, we're not going to be friends anymore. How's he making money? Well, he's not going to be making money with this person. It feels like this Queen of Swords. Uh, and the such, because I don't want to. Also, this friendship seems to, or this camaraderie, maybe this is like, okay, I was doing like this threesome sort of thing, and I'm not doing that anymore
Mm-mm.
with this person. I don't need your money anymore. Is kind
Good.
of what I'm seeing. He's
Good.
got a giant snap stockpile, it looks like, too. Okay, so how does he actually feel about this client, this Queen of Swords? Let me grab that card out. How does he feel about this Queen of Swords? I'm curious. Are y'all curious?
I am.
Like, how does he feel about this Queen of Swords? This.
You don't like her. I already know the answer to that one. I did a tarot reading on the both of them. Neither one of them trust each other. That she's obsessed with him, but they don't really like each other and they don't really trust each other. It's not a love thing, it's a need thing. It is possible to need someone but not love them. She needs him for something, he needs her for something. There's no real love. Need is the closest thing to love that Chantal has ever felt. She's confusing the two terms. She mixes up I love you with I need you. I don't think she truly understands what real love is. Need always comes first.
Boss babe business person who's been giving him money. How does he actually feel about her? I'm curious. I hope y'all are curious. But let's see. How does he feel about this Queen of Swords type of energy? Let's take a look. How does he feel about her? Also, isn't Dee Dee blonde? So I don't know if this is actually Dee Dee,
No, I don't think it's her.
but just saying.
I don't think it's Dee Dee. I think it's Chantal.
Dee Dee's blonde if it would have been someone blonde, like one of my other cards probably would have popped out. Dee Dee feels like more of a Queen of Pentacles type of person.
Yeah.
This not so much, but let's take a look. How does he feel about this Queen of Swords?
Oh.
Whoever this Queen of Swords is has a lot of secrets on him, has a lot of secrets on him, or secrets in general about people. And with this Queen of Cups here in the middle, this is someone.
I'm getting something off that Queen of Cups. Two-faced. Someone who's two-faced.
So in this Queen of Cups, it's like you see the Queen of Cups, got the little one, and like I'm trying to rearrange memories. I'm trying to gaslight people. I'm trying to think or have people do things in a very different way because I want them to see what I'm seeing, not what they're seeing. So this feels like to me like, yeah, you have a lot of secrets on a lot of different people that you would love to showcase out with others. However, financially, it's like you're a bad investment. You don't have money. You don't have money. You can't give me anything. However, he is toying with the idea of going back and forth. Like, even though you like, because he's like, is the juice worth the squeeze? That's the hopes and fears here. It's like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Also, is this person, this client, I'm going to call them a client, is Queen of Swords, is he kind of waiting for, it's almost like I'm waiting for something with you. I'm waiting. Like, it's almost like I'm waiting. How much money can you give me? Like, what's it going to be? Are you going to be like just your single ass person, like you're only gonna be making like a single little income, or are you gonna be able to making enough money to support like a family type of income here? And that's kind of like the hopes and fears. It's like, what should I do? I gotta wait and see how much you're actually gonna make. Or if you're gonna make a lot, maybe I'll stay. If you don't, maybe I won't. Whatever the unseen obstacles here.
And you would think that with Chantal being around Nader as long as she has, as much as she's talked to him, even during Crackhead Olympics, that she figured out pretty quickly, this man is all about money. The more money you have, the more you give him, the happier he is. And what's she doing on her channel? She's not making much money on her channel. Does that mean she can't be making money off of YouTube? Oh, no, it doesn't mean that. I'm sure she can make plenty of money off of YouTube. She has her feeder clients. I don't know how many she has of them. I don't know what they pay her. She's got her merch store now. She's got her cameos. She might be making a bit off of just those three things, but she's also stingy. She's not exactly generous handed. She's quite stingy. You have to basically almost force her hand, getting more than a little bit out of her hand. But if she has any plans to come home to Canada and seduce Nads with her money, I would think that she would light a fire under her butt and really get going with the money, because if she comes home with almost nothing, that is not going to be very appealing to him.
Huh. Money is going to a bunch of this person has money going to a bunch of different places. It can't just go to him. So with the Four of Pentacles, how is he feeling about her? The unseen obstacle with it is that sure all money is going in a lot of different places right now, so it can't all go to him. And I think that's the thing that maybe he's kind of struggling with, of like, why no more money? Why do you got to give money to that? Like there's issues when it comes to why aren't you giving me more? I need more. I want more. Why am I not getting more? It's kind of
I wonder if the reason why he's pressing on her for money, I don't know if he has expenses but have to be met, personal expenses, maybe legal expenses, or, and I'm just theorizing here, I'm putting my tinfoil hat on. If he's picking up that Chantal might be in a bad place with her health, maybe his way of thinking is she's getting worse, she's getting sicker. I don't know how much longer the money train is going to be rolling. So I'm going to get as much out of her as possible before something happens and she can't make money anymore. He might be over milking the cow because he knows at some point the milk is going to stop.
the feeling there. Because also, how's he feeling about this person from an opposing energy type of things? This person will brag. This person is very loud, proud, will say a bunch and spew a bunch of shit out there. This person also is very ego driven, very ego driven. What's going for him though? He has complete and utter control of this person.
Sure does. He's always had control of her. I told y'all on my channel, like, she gave all of her personal power to him. If she had screwed her head on straight, she might have power over him the way she's always wanted. If she had put herself in a position where her finances were straight, she was making great money, her health was on point, he would have been chasing her. And I stand on that thought. If she wanted to have control of Natter, if she had control of herself, that might have happened. But the weaker and the sicker and the more desperate she made herself, the more power he gained over her. She gave all of her power up when she said out loud on a live stream, I am addicted to this man. And we all know how she is with her addictions. And now, 3 years later, where is she? She's in Kuwait. The situation with Salah has fallen completely apart. He's done with her. He's walked away. She's got no one else. No one else wants to deal with her except Pete's. Pete's is just Mr. There, but she doesn't have an obsession over Pete's. She conquered that mountain, and once she did, she got bored. Hence the reason why Pete's will never get her back. It's not because he doesn't care about her. It's the fact that she just stomped all over him and there's no challenge, and she just lost interest. She lost respect for him. But going back to Natter for a minute, he's got her right where he wants her. He's in the prime position to do as he pleases. She's desperate. She's lonely. Her channel is circling the drain. If she comes back home, she's going to want something big, something huge to get interest, to be generated all over again, to get back on top of the mountain. And there's no one else that will work with her. No one. I don't think there's any other man in Canada or outside of Canada that if she offered them money, they would say, yeah, I'll do it. Any man would look at her, be around her and say, no, ma'am. No, 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 you're too much. But would Natter do it? Perhaps for the right price. But because he's the only one in line, he could name his price and then she would either have to pay it or not pay it. And if she didn't pay it, well, then all that information that he's holding over her, that becomes valuable too, doesn't it? He can sell that off and make money. So it's either she's going to give him money to keep quiet, or he's going to take what he has and make money off of that. Either way, he wins. He's in a winning position with Chantal.
Of this Queen of Swords. He's like, I'm the one who can control here. I
Yep.
mean, this card kind of looks like him if he had a darker complexion. Because here in the past, yeah, we used to do some nasty shenanigans between the sheets, and I know what you like, and you know what I like, and we can go, and then we can just go bang bang between the sheets with each other.
I didn't need to know that. I could have gone the rest of my life without hearing that. I don't know. I don't want that in my head. No, I'm scrubbing my mind right now. No. But to just to expand on that for a minute, y'all. Listen, I think Chantal has some kinky ways. I think she's always had kinky ways. And that's why the boring, nice guy doesn't work with her, because she's got some kinky ways. Yes, our girl has them. She's got some fetishes. She's got some stuff that she likes. And I don't think until she met Natter that she met someone that will indulge her, because Natter's got some nasty ways too, some kinky ways. So she was with BB, nice guy, decent guy, maybe not kinky. Same thing with Pete, got bored with both of them, cheated on both men, and then she met Natter. He's a nasty piece of work, that one. But so is she. So maybe he indulged her in some things, and that's why she got all caught up.
Whatever. Here in the future, though, the Six of Pentacles, someone might be here on life's Six
Ooh.
of Pentacles. Someone's going to be giving more than what they can give. Six of Pentacles. How does he feel about this person? You're not going to be able to give me enough. You don't have enough money to give me. This isn't an equal exchange. The juice ain't worth the squeeze, baby.
Uh-oh.
That's kind of the general energy of how he's feeling towards this Queen of Swords. I'm also going to get out my relationship.
I wonder if he will purposely put his price so high, knowing that she can't pay it, because in all honesty, on the back end, he doesn't want to work with her. Like, that's his out of, I really don't want to work with you. And I know you only have so much. So knowing you only have so much, I'm going to name a price so high, you can't possibly meet it. And maybe that's my back door out from dealing with you, because I really find you unpleasant. I really don't like you. I get the heebie jeebies dealing with you, and I just don't want to. I know the crazy that comes with you, and I don't want to deal with that crazy. The money is nice, but I know it comes with a price, and the price is you. And I've already had some problems in my life, and I don't want any more. And you are a walking bag of problems, ma'am.
Because I just want to take a look at a little bit more about this client. So I'm going to grab out the Shadow Love Tea Oracle. And how is he kind of feeling about this client of his? How does he feel about this client? Do I need that one? Yeah. Do I need one more? Could I get one more? Sure. We always.
Sunburst, can I just stop you for a minute? I don't know what cards those are, but oh my God, I love the card stock. What are they? What is the name of them? These cards up here with the pink. Uh, what? Where did you get them? I need to know. I shouldn't be asking that question. I just ordered a whole bunch more. I know. Nobody get on me. I got a problem. What? I just bought 12 new decks. What? But I just love those cards.
Always like information around here. Just need one more. Okay.
And for those who are wondering, why do tarot readers buy so many decks? What is that? Why do we need so many decks? Well, there are a few reasons. Reason number one, because if you're doing tarot readings, and a lot of them, if you're using one deck, sometimes you can sense that the deck is tired. It starts acting weird. It starts acting funny. It feels heavy. So you need a fresh deck to take over and continue doing readings. Reason two, because different decks have different imagery and you might get different messages off those cards. And I like the variety in interest as far as the different messages that might come through and the different imagery that might invoke those messages. So that's why. So I'm okay with my problem. I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't scold me.
There we go. How's he feeling about this client of his? So let's take a look. See. Bulldoze, intimidating, aggressive, that leads to others feeling frightened and unsure, out to get their own way regardless of others. Ooh, so this is a person who is just a bulldozer of an individual. It's like
That's Chantal, all right.
their way or the highway, and I will destroy anyone who gets in my way. Ooh.
And that is what makes her scary. Not saying that anybody should be scared of Chantal. It's just don't be scared. Just be aware. Have an awareness about that person that that is just part of who they are. They have that ingrained in them. They have that it's all or nothing. I will win the game at all cost if it means draining myself next to nothing or pulling out information or just being reckless. That's what I'm going to do. That's who she is. I'm going to win the game. And if it means I got to burn myself in order to burn other people, I will.
Ooh. Then we have Meow Money, uses people for their own benefit, social status climber, show off, manipulate situations to get what they want, gold digger.
Uh oh.
Also, someone who's probably not that kind to cats.
Yeah.
It's like, you weren't good to cats. You weren't good to cats. You're mean. You're angry. You're always wanting more. You're prideful. You're going to use me and other people. Ooh, you tripping. Also, this person uses rugs, alcohol, and addictive substances to mask feelings and needs, withdrawn, lacks communication skills, out of touch with reality. Rut
All of that applies to her.
Spaghettio is whoever this person is, they got some. What else does he feel? Trail of lies, compulsive liar, fake charmer, makes up stories to cover up lies, believes their own lies, manipulative and deceitful, no remorse. Ooh, he does not like this person.
Nope.
Also, attention seeker, seeks too much attention from partner or others, pushes their needs to be met while ignoring others, forgets important dates. Okay, so looking, I mean, the cards kind of speak for themselves, but I'm like, how?
Yeah, they do. And Chantal, I know that you watch these tarot reacts. If you wondered, how does Nads feel about you? Notice in all five of those cards, there was nothing good. There was nothing complimentary. There was nothing revolving around tenderness. There was nothing revolving around love and endearment. And I want to hold on to you. I really care about you. It's all bad feelings. He has nothing but bad feelings for you. It's nothing but bad feelings. It's strictly business for him. And you and Nadj, you are alike in a sense that you look at everything as money and business. And you really don't have a sense of built in humanity for other people. You have no sense of empathy. So if you look inside yourself and you can feel inside of you that you really don't sympathize with other people, you really don't feel for other people, he is exactly the same. He forms no real attachments. He feels no real love. It's all about, I'm looking out for myself. And whatever that means and whatever that takes, I am not going to attach myself to people. I am not going to develop deep feelings because when I want to move on, I can move on and I won't feel an ounce of regret or remorse or guilt or shame or sorrow. That is how he operates. He is as cold on the inside as you. Hence the reason why you will never get love from this man, because he just doesn't have it inside of him. He just wants to move from one person to the next person and move it and do it as quickly as possible.
How he's feeling about this person, it's like you're a shady ass mofo. You're always trying to bull down what I want. You use a ton of other people to get what you want because what you want really is attention. And
Yep.
you won't give me attention, but you want all of it. Also, you're using substances all the time. Uh, yeah, that's what I'm kind of seeing. That's how he views this client. I don't think he likes this client too much, but you give me money, I'll do what I want. But it's like, I don't, and maybe the juice ain't worth the squeeze no more here, honey. It's kind of what I'm seeing there about this client. So, next, I really want to take a look for this grocery haul. How did he fund this grocery haul?
Yeah. How did he get all that money when his channel ain't doing diddly squat right now? And for the record, like, you guys see how many videos I post a day. Sometimes one, sometimes two, sometimes three. I work hard on my channel. YouTube does not pay that much. They pay pennies on the dollar. You get like one small amount per 1,000 views. And you guys, I'm not saying go to his channel, but trust me, he gets maybe 8 people in chat, perhaps. He doesn't get that much. And yet, even though I'm working harder than Nads and I got more people watching my videos and such, he's over there affording $1,000 grocery hauls. That's suspicious.
So he just had a 2,000 US or a $2,000 grocery haul. It was, I think all the groceries came out. I think he got it from Adonis or was it Farm Boy? And it was $1,300 in total. And then there was like the taxes and all the other things. And he had a ton of fresh.
And that was stupid on his part. Can I just say that was stupid? If Shantel bought those groceries, that was stupid on his part to do the grocery haul in front of the camera and show everybody. But maybe he did that because not many people watched him and he figured like Girl World isn't paying attention. Nobody in Girl World is watching him anymore because he just threw out all those privacy strikes. So everybody just turned their eyes away from him. I watched it. I saw it. I'm paying attention. I did. But Nader likes to brag. You can tell he's somebody that he's not used to having a lot, because people who normally buy a bunch of groceries, it's just normal everyday life for them. They don't feel the need to brag about it. It's like someone who normally has a lot of money. It's just normal everyday life for them versus someone who never has money and then they finally get it and then they have to flex all over the place. They got to wave the money around. Look what I have. So Nader, because he normally doesn't have a lot of money, whenever there's something that shows that there is a lot of money or costs a lot of money, he's got to show it off to people. So he showed off that whole grocery haul. And let me tell y'all, I watched it. I don't like watching him, but I was just curious. The grocery haul was ridiculous. I mean, 2 people in the house could not eat all the food that was there. No way. No way. No, 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 no. You couldn't eat all that food before a lot of it would go bad and would start to rot because there was a lot of produce. But there was also cakes and cookies and all kinds of things that Chantal likes to eat. Why would he buy all that? He's not into junk food. He's into the healthy stuff. Chantal likes the junk food. He likes the healthy stuff. If he had just gotten the food and put it away, none of us would have known. I wouldn't have seen it. But he had to brag about it. And he's had other hauls like that in the past. So where did that money come from? If he's not working, Dee Dee's not working. Even if she is working, there's no possible way that Dee Dee could work that hard, that long to get that much in the way of groceries. That is just ridiculous. So it's obvious it came from somewhere. Came from somebody. And I bet I know who, because that person has bought a lot of groceries from him in the past. So they told on each other. He told on himself. He told on himself. He was bragging about, I got all these groceries, but yet there's no possible explanation that would make sense about him getting it himself. Had to come from somewhere else and somebody else.
Fresh food and all this other stuff. And I'm like, how does a broke ass bum buy all this food? Like, he's not working, he's getting all this money from this other person, but how, like, what did this person do to get all this money to buy this amount of groceries? Like, what? So let's take a look see here. What kind of fun did this grocery haul? I'll threaten to expose you.
Oh,
I'll push out your stuff into the light.
so maybe she was telling him, I can't send you money. And he told her, perhaps, well, you better, because if not, I got to make my money. I need money for this. I need money for that. If it's not coming from you, there's another way to get it. You're not going to like it, but I'm going to have to do it. And she ponied up that money real quick.
Why is this? Because I'm about. Ooh.
Eesh.
How did this grocery haul get funded? This is the decision that needed to be made. It's like, do you want me to start talking about what I know about? Why is this? Because you've been spewing a bunch of lies. I was like, I want to spew the truth. I want to push something out into the public. Why? Because because I need to maintain some lies. I need to maintain lies. I need to maintain a cover story for some things. So see if we can drum up some attention. Because from material influence, this is a decision that needs to be made. Are you going to take me down, or are you going to take this thing down? It was a completely financial decision of like, are you going to pay me money, or are you going to let me expose things? It's kind of what this is feeling like. Because the unseen obstacle or the hopes and fears here, it's like, I don't want to betray you, but excuse me. I will. I'll backstab. I'll betray you. I'm at my wit's end. What are you at? Because the unseen obstacles, I've been gathering information. I've been nurturing these relationships. I've been nurturing this information. I've been incubating a lot of stuff, and I'll threaten to expose. So if you don't give me what I want, I'll start exposing things. That's what it feels like. Because the opposing energy here, this is someone, or he's the one in control of manipulating others rather than it being the female controlling the male. This is the male controlling the female. Or someone tried to manipulate and they did a horrible job of it. And what was going for him, the Page of Wands, yeah. I mean, the positive energy around this is like, I could go and speak my truth and say things. I could go and talk about all the receipts and the papers and the documentations that I have that I still have underneath my belt. Because here in the past, the Justice card upright, it's like, I will make things right. I'll bring light to the situation. And here in the future, the come one, come all. What kind of fun did this grocery? It's like, someone's about something. Was someone going to come home? Was someone going to come home? Because the Four of Wands is my home card.
Didn't I say that on my channel? That large grocery haul that Nads got, there could have been a plan in place where Shantel was supposed to come home. And that's why that large amount of groceries was bought in the first place, preparing for her to come home. But something might have happened. Something maybe did happen, and she just couldn't make it. But sending all that money ahead of time to get the groceries was perhaps her saying, okay, I'm coming home, get all this food so I can come visit. Maybe I can stay there. I don't know. But, there's no possible way that those two people, even if they were eating 24/7, could consume all of that food before it all went bad. The grocery haul was just insane. Insane. So why buy all that food? Even if you have $1,000 in your pocket and you are two people living in a household, wouldn't it make sense to buy the groceries as you need it? Therefore, none of it would go bad. Why buy such a surplus of food? Unless there's more than one person in the house, or two. If there is a third person that eats a tremendous amount of food per day, yeah, you're going to buy for them. But if there's just two people, just a couple, You had $1,000 you could spend on groceries. Why not spend 300 or 400, like here and there? Why buy a whole bunch of stuff at once? It makes no sense. Something was weird about that. Something was really weird. So if maybe Chantal was preparing to come home, maybe there was a thought, maybe there was a prepared visit, and something got in the way, something happened. They got all that food. She just didn't show up.
Someone going to come home, and that's why we had food, and that's why we had all this stuff, and I threatened to expose, or like we can go be happy and have all the things that we want, but we need to lie and manipulate our child. I don't know, but this grocery this $2,000 grocery haul was for something. Yeah, I was money hungry. I wanted, and I was threatening to expose things because I wanted to lie to a group of people so they did not know what was going on, because someone was trapped. It's like, I expose or you give me something. Yeah, because I have everything locked away and where it needs to be. I don't know. We're not looking into it. Nope, 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 nope. Because I've been hoarding this for a very long time. I have information on you. Because also, when we're looking at these, this is like, they're kind of all both like half naked. So, like, is this like information about us doing maybe some boom boom between the sheets?
It's funny you mentioned that because back during the time of Crackhead Olympics, uh, Chantal would go over to Natter's house and she would have her little overnight bag and she would take her best lingerie and have her makeup on, her wigs and all that. And there's been some talk, there's been some rumors that maybe they did some sexy fun time content together per se. Not so much stuff that you'd find on the internet, but private stuff. He might have private stuff with Chantal that he's holding on to.
And I've been hoarding this information all about it. Because, yeah, what was going on? I have unresolved conflict. I have information I can say. Someone also had very bad luck on their journey. They did not come back. It's like, I don't know what issues someone had, but they could not do what they needed to do. Could
I have a theory about that, and I'm just tinfoil hat. I'm throwing out my theory, like bad luck on the journey. What? Knowing that Chantal, how obsessed she is with Natter, what could keep her from visiting him? Because I'm sure she'd go back there in a hot minute if she could. What could it be? Could it be health problems? Perhaps. It'd be dangerous for her to fly. But here's another possibility, and tell me what you guys think. We know how Chantal is being a miser. She's very, very cheap. And in the past, when she traveled, she would just buy one seat for herself. And she could get away with that. And when she got bigger, sometimes she would get lucky with getting a second seat for free because she just happened to be sitting in an aisle where there's nobody sitting next to her. And sometimes she would be not so lucky. So, what if the bad luck on the journey? She's got her return ticket back to Canada. She's on a tourist visa. They're not going to accept her without a return ticket. So she's already got one ticket, one seat. Well, what if, because she has gotten much bigger, she has to get a second seat? And perhaps she has not purchased two seats for herself. And that is the problem. Maybe she wanted to come home and she only got one seat. And then she found out I absolutely need two seats. And either she didn't want to spend the money or she didn't have the money. Maybe the flight that she was on might have been booked. And they said, I'm sorry, ma'am, there is no second seat. You should have bought a second seat and you did not. So maybe that was part of the problem. It's either a health problem, perhaps, I feel, or she just gotten to a size where she absolutely needs to buy two seats, and an extra seat for her coming home from Kuwait to Canada will run about, I would say, between $600 and $700. And maybe at that time, she did not have it. She was banking on just getting a free seat, perhaps, and thinking I could just fly all the way home that way and nobody's going to be sitting next to me. And yet, that's just didn't what happened.
Could someone not get into like the plane seat or something? Because here in the past, yeah, I'm the protector of all this information. And here in the future, I got to grapple with the past, something to do with home. Can I get one more card for that? Grapple with the past, old news about going home. Like this, someone was supposed to come home,
Yeah.
in my opinion here. Someone was.
And that's what the grocery haul was for. Said it. I was like, what are they getting all these groceries for? That's ridiculous. The amount of food in the house. I mean, no way that two people can eat all that. Has to be a third or fourth person there to help them eat all that. It's just weird.
Supposed to come home, who's a shady as mofo. Shady traveler as well. Someone was supposed to come home. They did not come home. Bad luck on the journey. Someone had very bad luck on their journey home. I don't know what happened. I don't know what occurred, but someone did not come back like they were supposed to because something happened. Don't know what that's all about. I don't know what's with the animals. We are not going to go into that.
No,
As
please
I
don't.
just don't want to. So, if y'all want to go check out readings on animals the uh in the girl world first, you can go check that out in my playlist. I have a few videos that you can go check out with opinions there. So, all right. Let's go see here. I want to now go take a look at Dee Dee. Why was Dee Dee in FFG's chat? Uh,
Yeah, for those that do not know, strange incident occurred. So, of all people, Dee Dee decided to hop in FFG's chat and send a super chat. And yes, French Fry Girl cursed her up and down, rightfully so. But it's strange, isn't it? It's very strange when you think about it because allegedly, Natter and Shantel are supposed to hate each other, right? So you would think that if Dee Dee and Natter hated Chantal, that they wouldn't be coming into a reactor's chat and just acting the fool. But Dee Dee did. So odd behavior, very odd behavior. Dee Dee, what in the hell were you doing hopping into Frenchie's chat when you know you're going to get cursed and cussed out all the way around? And she did. You're supposed to hate Chantal. Wouldn't you be on the side of the reactors? If you and Natter hate her so much, you came in there talking about his acquittal as if anybody asked you, as if anybody wanted to know. What were you thinking? Leave the reactors alone, Dee Dee. Leave them alone. But you know what I think, Dee Dee, Natter? I think you and Chantal, you, Dee Dee, Natter, all three of you, you're all peas in a pod. You're in cahoots. You've been in cahoot this whole time. Maybe you had to keep things underneath the covers. Secret like, hush, hush. But you guys never stop talking. And as long as Chantal, you have money, they're going to continue to talk to you. But the moment you go broke, the moment you become homeless, they don't know you. They'll block your number. You will always have that line of communication with them as long as you've got something to offer. And the moment you don't, well, then you are of no use anymore. You guys are all thick as thieves, and you're all a bunch of thieves. And what do thieves do? They steal. They steal from other people, and they sometimes steal from each other. So you're all in good company, I guess. But yeah, that weird moment. Dee Dee hopping in Frenchie's chat. What the hell? What were you thinking? You guys reveal yourselves. I love it. I love it. I love how those who try to put together a storyline and they're trying to act like I hate them, they hate me, rah, 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 rah. And yet you guys are acting weird over there. You can't keep yourself straight.
just here recently talking about Mr. Green Peen and Lasheen's acquittal. Why? Just why? Why was she there? Why was she? Why was she making herself be known to the general populace? I'm curious. What's going on? Why? Why was she there? King of Wands. Someone directed her to.
Probably Nads. He wasn't going to come into Frenchie's chat himself. He sent Dee Dee in there.
Someone told her to.
Yeah, it looks like Nads. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like him, but I'm just feeling that energy. Nads. Nads told her to. He wasn't going to go in there and say his name, revealed that it's him. So it was like, you, Dee Dee, you do it for me.
I mean, this could be Mr. Green Bean himself. I'm hearing no, this is a different ringleader. It's like
Really? Who?
someone, I don't know what's going on, but Dee Dee is showing up here of like, why was she there? I want to be a ringleader, wanting to stir shit up.
Well, that didn't work. I don't know what they were expecting with her saying that in Frenchie's chat. Like, he's been acquitted. So what? We don't care. We don't care. What are we supposed to do? Make a million videos on Natter being acquitted? We're not going to. We don't care that much.
Some sort of ringleader of this whole group wanted to stir shit up. Wanted to trigger someone, wanted to get someone angry, wanted to get someone mad, wanted someone's rage. Because you've been too quiet. I don't know what this is all about, but there's a leader here of like, I want rage. I want someone's anger. They're the fuel certain things. Because from a material standpoint, people have been too calm. People have been too quiet. There's not rage, there's not anger, there's not outrage. People have been calm. We don't we don't want that. We want outrage. We want people talking. We don't want to heal things. Because our hopes and fears here, this is going to fill up our cup in some way.
I don't. Well, Girl World has been quiet as far as everything going on between, say, Natter or Chantal, but there's really not much to talk about. You know, like Chantal's been boring. Those of you on my channel, and I'm sure you are subscribed to other channels as well, you know how it is. She's been boring. There's not much to talk about with her. And nobody cares about Nads anymore, so nobody's going to talk about him. So if the goal was, let's go in, let's instigate, let's light a fire, let's really get Frenchie pissed off and going off, and that's going to what lead to all the other reaction channels being outraged. Stupid plan. Stupid plan. Nads, we wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole, sir. Even if you did a data dump on Chantal and dumped a bunch of facts, do you really think that we're going to react to you? No. If you do a video or a live and you start data dumping on Chantal, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a recap video, not showing your face, not showing your picture, not showing your video. We'll just do a verbal recap and we'll monetize it and make money off of it. And you can't throw a privacy complaint against any of us. So, nah, you know, you're not going to make the money that you think you will. I mean, Chantal blocked that long ago. When she had you do all those privacy complaints, she knew what she was doing. She knew. She knows that if somebody who is being reacted to, they stop being reacted to, she knows the end result. And she knew, and she did that shit on purpose. She wanted to make you codependent on her freaking money. And she got her way. She got her way. She doesn't want you independent. She wants you codependent on her forever. So she basically persuaded you to do this thing for her. You were just seeing the quick, easy money. You took it. You did those things. And here we are. But trying to, rough up the feathers of Girl World. And we're outraged and we're going to make a million videos. Why? For why? In the words of Eric, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
However, the unseen obstacles. People are burnt out.
Yeah.
People are done.
Mm-hmm.
You can only, how do I put this? You can only bash someone's heart so much, someone's feelings so much before they become numb to situations.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of the issue here when it comes to why Dee Dee didn't do this of her own volition. This is someone telling her to do this. Because also, the unseen, the opposing energy here, someone's changed, someone's transformed. The old stuff that used to trigger someone is not what does it now.
Right. So even if Chantal got crackhead Olympics 3.0 started, I mean, is there anything that she or Natter could do that could shock us? Truly, is there anything that could be done that could shock us? Those of us that are around, that were around at that time watching the footage, we were shocked because it was a first time experience. She did everything she could do. She was high off her rocker most of the time. She was driving around intoxicated. She was hanging out with him. All of the fights, all the drama. A shock to our systems because it was a first time thing. So if they come back again and try it again, we're not going to be as sensitized to it. We're going to be kind of numb, like, oh, we've seen this before. We've heard this before. Not a shocker, not surprising. You know, the second wave is going to hit as hard as the first wave. You know, we got thoroughly burned out on Crackhead Olympics. It was a shock to our systems. It was a lot. So Chantal tries it again. It's not going to hit the way that she wants it to.
Because right now, what's going for them, we're going to be trying into a bunch of new different things, people, places, things to try and engage, get people mad, and the such. And then here in the past, because yeah, the tower card, we wanted to avoid disaster was averted in some way, but here in the future, we're going to get even more vulgar. We're going to try even be even more triggering.
Oh boy, what does that mean? Can you get any more vulgar? Oh boy. I don't know how they're going to achieve that. I mean, the bar was raised pretty high the last time. How can you get more shocking? How can you get more vulgar? I don't know. So is Chantal going to go from a lol cow to a horror cow? I don't know, y'all. I just don't know.
With Dee Dee and the crew, in my opinion, here. So for those who like engage with this sort of thing, or if you ever feel like kind of negative, or like if you've ever just felt like, oh my gosh, that someone's maybe like sending stuff or something at you. I know that everyone's really familiar with like the return to sender stuff. But here's what I would actually like for everyone to do, because you know what? When we return to sender, we just perpetuate a cycle of people hurting one another, right? I don't believe in that. What I would actually like people to do instead is like, you can say this mantra for yourself. PSA, really quick side note, but I do not accept any negative energy spent my way that does not serve my highest good, and I return it to the earth for transmutation. Let the earth and let the universe do what they need to do. We do not need to be the arms, the leg, the brains, or the such for other people. Just let just let the big forces do what they need to do. We as do not need to be their weapon for other people's harm.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if y'all want to do it again, it's like the mantra, I do not accept any negative energy of which is sent at me that does not serve my highest good, or any energy that is sent towards me that does not serve my highest good, and I return it to the earth for transmutation. So just try that out for size if you would like. All right. So next I want to take a look then. Just wanted to do that really quick. And then I'm going to do one last question. And that's going to be, how does Dee Dee feel about this client of Natter, Mr. Uh, Mr. Green Peen and Lachine, her partner? How does Dee Dee feel about this client of his that seems to be giving money? A lot of money. So how does she feel about Mr. the client that he has, that Queen of Swords that was showing up? Ooh la la.
Before you get into that, I would like to give my thoughts on Dee Dee's energy. She strikes me as someone that, whatever you say, Natter, like she's the tag along. Whatever you say, Natter, she knows what he is. She knows that he's got a big ego, that he needs a spotlight, that he's very hyper, that he's very high energy. He can flip out on a dime. But she recognizes this about him, and she stays in the shadows so he can have all the spotlight. Like whatever he wants to do, she will go along with. And I can't believe the entire time that Chantal was seeing Natter, and watching Natter and Dee Dee that Chantal did not take notes and take note of that and figure that out. That if she wanted to be with Natter, that she had to be, in a way, kind of like Dee Dee, of like just, you've got to be more subdued with Natter, Chantal. You've got to be happy to step into the shadows and not compete for the spotlight with Natter, because you and Natter, you're both too much alike. You both want the spotlight sometimes at the same time. You both have big egos. You both like that recognition, blah, blah, blah. And it's like you're like oil and water to each other. But Natter, Dee Dee knows to be with Natter, you have to be much more subdued, quiet, like whatever you say, whatever you say. He likes that. He does. He likes that.
So let's take a look. How does she feel about this client of his? The tower, you got a mob coming at you, honey.
Ooh.
You've got a mob. Your tower is coming crashing down. Why is this? Because you don't have the money. You don't have the money. You don't have the investments. You don't have it anymore. People are coming after you because you're not doing so hot. Because you're on your last legs for health. You just keep delaying the inevitable. You don't change. You don't do things. Because the truth is coming out about you. Ooh, Dee Dee feels like the truth is coming out about you, honey. Truth is coming out. But the unseen obstacle here as well is that Four of Pentacles again, where it's like, I'm gonna grab a clarifier for that. Also, the negative influence. This client is also, I think, trying to influence Dee Dee, trying to manipulate her will as well, trying to influence and manipulate Dee Dee's will as well, trying to whatever manifestation someone's trying to do, whether that's through the dark and the dank or the such. Or if I have negative intentions, or this person is like saying one thing and doing another, it's like that. What's going for this person, Dee Dee thinks? It's like you're stuck. You're stuck. You can't get out of what's coming. You can't split off. You can't try this. You can't try that. Because here in the past, your past is going to bite you in the backside. Because here in the future, someone's coming in and they're ready to fight. They're ready to fight. They're ready to talk about things. We're not holding back anything. I don't know what this is. I don't know who, what, when, where, why, or how, or what Dee Dee knows about this client versus what we know. But I'm going to grab clarifier for this card. I'm probably going to regret it, but
So maybe Dee Dee's taking the stance with Natter of get whatever you can out of Chantal. Get whatever money you can out of her, whatever groceries, whatever it is you can get out of her. I stand behind you. Surely at some point her train is going to stop rolling. So get whatever you can out of her now. But if she stops paying the money, you've always got the information that you can make money off of. Because maybe Dee Dee recognizes that Chantal, her train is about ready to crash into the wall.
let's see. Let's get one. What's a clarifier? What can we know about this Four of Pentacles reversed in the unseen obstacles? I don't want to know, but we're gonna look. What's this all about? You're gonna have to give stuff up. Unseen obstacle here is like you're gonna have to give up all your money. You're gonna have to give up all your stuff. Why is this? Because you got some bad timing, bad luck, bad timing, divine intervention of things kind of coming towards you because you've effed around and you found out. So that's what I'm seeing here for Mr. Green Peen and Lasheen and his partner Dee Dee. So if y'all enjoyed that, feel free, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your own thoughts, opinions, and the such down below. If you find a tower emoji, I don't care what type of tower, I would greatly appreciate the engagement as it helps other people find my video. So thank you all again so very, very, very much. And I hope to see y'all in the next one. So bye.
Wonderful reading. Thank you, Sunburst Tarot. Really appreciate it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this tarot react. I'm going to go ahead and post it to YouTube. And I invite your thoughts, feelings, and opinions down below in the comments. And don't forget to check down below in the comments for the link for the original video. And if you've never heard of Sunburst Tarot, wonderful reader, wonderful channel, check her out. If you want to sub up to her, give her a like, leave a comment, please do so. And she also does private readings as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other, and have a wonderful day. Bye.